being able to welcome back Dion and Mikel and bring on Callum as well. Must be good for you as interim head coach to see those changes making an effect.
Yeah, absolutely. They give us, a fresh impetus, some energy, and what we needed. And it's a squad game, and that's what it's about. And that's just as the starters have a role, the subs and the squad has a role as well. And ultimately, they did that, and they stepped up today, and it was massively helpful for the group.
There seem to be a few tweaks that you might be able to let us in on at half time as well. The way the team pressed to start the second half, forcing Mansfield back a little bit in the final third, seemed to be a little bit of a change from the first half.
Yeah, there was a couple of tactical tweaks. I think Mansfield obviously changed their shape a couple of times and started with a different shape, and so we managed to do that at half time, try and get players in a place where they can get more pressure on the ball higher up the pitch, and I think that worked really well. It allowed the ball to get turned over quicker and allowed us to get more on the front foot and have a little bit more controlled possession. So I was really pleased with that.
There were two really high quality goals from us that needed a little bit of composure, especially in the assist and then the finish. You must be quite happy to see those little things that you've clearly been working on coming off and winning as a game.
Yeah, so, we've done lots of work on the attacking combinations and everyone understanding their roles when we're attacking the box and what that looks like. And I think ultimately we've been working on that, and we've seen that. We've seen it in training, we've seen it in moments in the Crawley game and others. But it was nice today because in those moments, it's ultimately, regardless of any work you do in terms on the training pitch, it's about the right decision in the right moment and people taking responsibility, and the players did that today. So yeah, absolutely delighted for them.
You referenced the week we've obviously had away from home, but to back it up back here with another win, a second in two, is obviously a real positive. But especially after the first half, where we had to roll with a few punches, to then show that endeavour to step on, gives an example of that spirit you've been talking about in the team.
Absolutely, and like I've said, there's no game's going to be easy. No team's going to come and roll over, and that definitely wasn't the case today. And you've got to stand up to it. And yes, you need a little bit of luck, but every manager, every team needs a little bit of luck in certain moments, and we got a little bit of that at times. But ultimately, then you make your own luck and you make good decisions in good areas. You keep the spirit and the work ethic there, and ultimately you get your opportunities and you have to take them when they come, and they did that.
The injuries obviously been what they are this season, but we had a very strong bench. The changes you made were obviously impactful, but when you finish the game with two attacking players like Ruben and Mikel on the left, and Ruben having the impact he did, that's something to play in our favour hopefully over these last few games.
Yeah, absolutely. I think every game I go into, I want to win. I don't want to draw. Do you know what I mean? It's about wins and it's about points. And I'll always throw caution if that's, to try and win games, because I think that's the mentality that we have to have. I want to have that as a coach, but the players always want that. They don't want to be safe. They want to be brave and feel like they're actually getting after a game and going to win it. And that's my mentality, and that won't change.
Ben Wiles obviously had a nice moment getting onto that pass from Ruben and side footing home. It's a really calm, tidy finish for him. He does a lot of unselfish, dirty work in midfield that perhaps doesn't get him the plaudits that he deserves. It's a good thing for him to get that back.
Delighted for Ben today. I think some of the things that he does in the game go unnoticed, like you said. But I thought what he did today, he was brave, took the ball under pressure. Got numerous free kicks in areas of the pitch where he was brave to take it, and that's what players have to be. They have to step up and do that, and so for him to get the reward of the goal, I was delighted for him.
You talked in your programme notes about wanting to give the supporters a reason to get out of their seats as well and show the noise that we know they're capable of, and we got there towards the end of the game today. It was a nice feeling in the ground.
Yeah, but that's our responsibility. We have to do that. We have to give the fans something to shout about and attack, and play the way that we want it to look, and press high and get after the ball, and those are the bits. And being on the front foot allows the fans to see something, and that we're having a go. And yes, things might not always be perfect, and it might not always come off, but if the intent's there, then it allows the fans to get behind us and come and watch something that they want to enjoy. And I said that'll never change for me. That's what all I'm trying to do is get the team in that frame of mind to get, and that then in turn gets the crowd behind us.
That's a great place to leave it ahead of Tuesday with another big game. Wycombe Wanderers coming here, and another important game in how our season could potentially finish.
Yeah, every game's an important game now, and it's all about the points. And I can assure you, we'll be in tomorrow. We'll be preparing and be as professional as we can to get ourselves ready for that next game.
Jon, thank you very much for your time, and congratulations on the win.
Cheers, thank you.